Imagine turning 18 and suddenly realizing the world runs on a game nobody taught you how to play. One wrong decision, one credit card, one loan, and people spend the next 20 years trapped in debt. But here's the scary part. You were taught how to solve equations, memorize dates, pass and pass exams. Yet nobody explained how taxes steal your paycheck, how banks make money from your mistakes, or why so many adults secretly live paycheck to paycheck. And maybe the darkest truth of all, the moment you leave school every year, millions of students graduate believing they're ready for adulthood. Then reality hits. Rent bills, insurance debt, credit scores. Suddenly, life becomes a financial survival game. With rules nobody explained. In America alone, millions of adults are stuck living paycheck to paycheck. Not because they're stupid, not because they're lazy, but because nobody ever taught them how money actually works. And that creates a dangerous cycle. People work harder, earn more money, yet somehow stay broke because making money and keeping money are two completely different skills. But this raises a disturbing question. If schools had enough time to teach dozens of subjects, why ignore the one thing every human being will use for their entire life? Think about it. Most students leave school without understanding taxes, investing, budgeting, debt, insurance, credit scores, retirement accounts. Yet these things control almost every adult decision. Want to buy a house? You need good credit. Want a car? Loans. Want freedom? You need financial knowledge. But millions enter adulthood completely blind, and ignorance becomes expensive, very expensive. Credit card companies know this. Banks know this. Loan companies definitely know this. The average American carries massive debt. Some people spend decades trying to escape it, and many were never warned about how dangerous interest really is. A teenager can solve advanced algebra equations, but may have absolutely no idea how compound interest on debt quietly destroys wealth for years. That's not just ironic, it's terrifying, because debt doesn't feel dangerous at first. It feels convenient. Swipe now, pay later, small monthly payment. That's how the trap starts, and by the time many people realize what's happening, they're already drowning financially. Now, to be fair, teachers are not the villains here. Most teachers genuinely want students to succeed. The problem is bigger than individual classrooms. It's the system itself. For decades, education focused heavily on creating workers, people trained to follow schedule, meet deadlines, obey systems, and fit into economic structures. But financial independence, that was often treated like extra knowledge. And maybe that explains why so many adults feel trapped, because if nobody teaches you how money works, you spend your entire life working for money without understanding how to make money work for you. That realization hits hard, especially when people discover wealthy families often teach their children financial knowledge privately at home. Investing, assets, business, taxes, ownership. Meanwhile, everyone else learns these lessons through painful mistakes, sometimes life-changing mistakes. And social media made things even worse. Young people constantly see luxury cars, designer clothes, private jets, dream vacations. But almost nobody explains the financial reality behind those lifestyles. So millions start chasing the appearance of wealth instead of actual financial stability. And companies profit from that pressure. Buy now, pay later, easy installments, instant approval. Everything is designed to make spending feel painless, even when long-term debt becomes dangerous. And this creates a terrifying cycle. People look rich online while secretly struggling financially in real life, because money is psychological, not just mathematical. The habits you build at 18 can shape your entire future at 40. And unfortunately, many people realize that too late. But here's the good news. Financial education is no longer hidden behind expensive schools or wealthy families. Today, anyone can learn. Books, podcasts, videos, online courses. The information exists. The real challenge is paying attention before financial mistakes become permanent. Because once you truly understand how money works, everything changes. You stop buying things just to impress strangers. You start thinking long term. You realize financial freedom isn't about looking rich. It's about understanding the system most people ignore. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of all school teaches people how to pass exams, but learning money might be what actually changes your life forever. So tell me, what's one money lesson you wish schools had taught you earlier? And if this video changed the way you think about money, subscribe for more real-world finance stories that school never teaches.